Let's have a quick glance at the prominent characters in the story. The first is Aram, the narrator. He narrates the story. He was 9 years old when this particular incident happened. He belongs to the Garoglanian tribe. He had a longing to ride a horse. Longing means intense desire. The next character we have is Murad. He is narrator's cousin, 13 years old. He is very lively and he loves animals and birds. The next character is Uncle Khosrow. He is narrator's uncle. He is a bit crazy, short-tempered. Short-tempered means he gets angry for no reason. Irritable. Irritable means bad-tempered. And he is impatient, a restless man. Okay? The next person is John Byro. He is a farmer and the owner of a beautiful white horse. This is the white horse that he owned. Of course, there are other characters too, but they are passive, like narrator's mother, Murad's father Zorab, and Khosrow's son Arak. Okay, let's go into the story, children. The whole lesson is an incident narrated by Aram when he was 9 years old. Okay? So it all happened when Aram was 9 years and Murad was 13 years old. At 4 in the morning, Aram woke up on the tap on his window. So there was a disturbance. What was the disturbance? There was a tap on his window at 4 o'clock in the morning. As a result of it, Aram woke up. He saw an unbelievable sight. What was the unbelievable sight? Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse. Murad invited Aram to come out if he wanted to have a ride. And you know very well, riding on a horse was Aram's intense longing. And he didn't want to miss it. And you remember, it is an unbelievable sight. Why he could not believe? Because he had his own doubts. Number one, Murad was not rich enough to own a horse. So definitely the horse cannot be his own horse. And number two, the next option could be that he would have stolen it. That is not possible because Murad belonged to a tribe and family known for honesty and so couldn't have stolen it. So both the options are ruled out. So his doubt remains uncleared about the horse. Okay. Garoglanian family. This is the tribe, Armenian tribe. The Garoglanian family was a part of Armenian tribe. They were once upon rich and prosperous in Armenia when they had their own lands. But what happened? They had to flee from their homeland due to war and they settled in California. Hence, they were living in abject poverty. So, Garoglanian family is an Armenian tribe. The whole tribe was poverty stricken. Just now I explained to you why they were poverty stricken, because they fled from their homeland and they have taken refuge in some parts of the world and they are not able to hoard money. They are poverty stricken. But the most important of all is that they were famous for their honesty. Though they were not rich, they were known for their honesty. Value-wise, they were rich. For about 11 centuries, one century comprises of 100 years. So you can calculate 11 centuries, they had built up a reputation for being proud and honest. So Garoglanian family means the synonym is they are proud and honest people. Okay, so they had built such a reputation. They believed in right and wrong. So before committing any action, they always analyzed whether it was right or wrong. They would never take advantage of anyone. Means they will not cheat anybody. And no member of the Garuglanian family could be a thief. So these are the hallmark traits of Garuglanian family. And now our Aram, he's got conflicting thoughts about how the horse had come. How did Murad get the horse? Aram thought, if Murad had not owned the horse, then he must have stolen it. But he refused to believe he had stolen it because of the family's reputation. So both the options could not be chosen. So the sight of the horse delighted him, but the thought how Murad got it frightened him, because he belongs to a tribe known for honesty and trustworthiness, and you should not commit anything wrong. So he asked Murad directly whether he had stolen the horse. Murad's mischievous smile confirmed that he had stolen it. See, Murad did not answer anything directly, but he smiled mischievously, and that confirmed that he had stolen the horse. But his offer for the horse ride seemed to be irresistible. Irresistible means could not be controlled, uncontrollable. He was so tempted that he could not say no for an answer. So he had to do something right. So see how smart he is. He is trying to justify the action of stealing as the right one. See, hence he justified the act that stealing a horse for a ride is not the same as stealing something such as money. See his logic? He says just taking a horse for a ride cannot be branded as stealing. If you take money without anybody's consent, it is stealing. If you take their property without their consent, it is stealing. But here, they have taken a horse only for a ride. And moreover, according to him, if they make money with the horse, if they sell the horse in turn, then it becomes stealing. Now, according to Aram's dictionary, this is not stealing at all. Do you understand it, children? Do you also think as same as Aram? Definitely not. They want to take the side in order to satisfy their needs. Okay? So to be precise, it was not stealing at all according to them. So now, with a clean heart, with a guilt-free heart, he could ride the horse. So this is the intention of Aram in justifying the act of stealing. Okay. In a few minutes, both Aram and Murad had a wonderful time riding the horse past vineyards, orchards, irrigation ditches, and country roads. So now both of them had a gala time with the horse. They went past the vineyards. Vineyards means plantation of grape vines. And orchards. Orchards means it's a garden full of fruit trees. And irrigation ditches. Irrigation ditches means actually it is a man-made passage for the flow of water for irrigation purpose. Okay. So all these areas were covered during their horse ride. The air was new and lovely to breathe. It was quite a new experience for Aram. Okay, and it's like riding a new bike in your language. Okay, they are riding a horse. When you ride a new bike, you feel so happy. The same feel Aram had. And Murad started singing out of excitement and enjoyment. So he expressed his excitement in the form of song. Murad was considered to be the natural inheritor of the crazy streak of their tribe. Before Murad, Uncle Khosrow was considered as crazy in the family. Now, coming back to their family history, he says Murad was considered to be the natural inheritor. Who's the inheritor? Inheritor is a person who receives something from his family elders. Okay, and here, what has Murad inherited? He has inherited a crazy quality. A quality, crazy quality. And from whom has he inherited? From Uncle Khosrow. Okay, so in their generation, Murad has the crazy streak. In the earlier generation, Uncle Khosrow had the crazy streak. His father was Zorab. His father, whose father? Murad's father was Zorab. But he was practical man. He didn't have a crazy streak. A man could be the father of his son's flesh, but that didn't mean he was also the father of his spirit. So what they're trying to say is, appearance wise, okay, physical appearance here, okay, appearance wise, Murad resembled his father. He was very much like his father Zorab. But the spirit that he carried within, the qualities, okay, there he resembled Uncle Khosrow. Okay. Now we saw in the character slide, he is Khosrow. Uncle Khosrow was an enormous man with a powerful head of black hair and the largest moustache in the Sanjokan Valley. He was a man so furious in temper, once again the characteristics are listed out, so irritable, so impatient that he stopped anyone from talking by roaring, "It is no harm, pay no attention to it," no matter what people were talking about. So this is the very important lines actually. These are the dialogue writing. When they give it in the context, who said this to whom. So when they say it is no harm, pay no attention, immediately you can say it is the words of Khosrow. Okay. Once he was in barber shop to get his moustache trimmed. His son Arak went running to him to inform Khosrow that their house was on fire. So instead of reacting to it, see how Khosrow says. Khosrow sat up in the chair and roared, "It's no harm, pay no attention." So this is why they say he's got a crazy streak. Very odd behavior. This is not the way to behave when somebody is in danger, when his own house is in danger. So he behaves odd. That is why he says he carries a crazy streak. Okay, now coming back to the story here. Murad wanted to have a solo ride. Aram decided to ride next. And Murad kicked his heels into the horse and shouted. So this is the way to start the horse riding. Kick the heels into the horse's muscles. And he shouted, "Wazire, run." Wazire is actually the Armenian word for run. The horse stood on its hind legs. Can you imagine, children? Hind legs, only the last two legs. It stood on its hind legs, snorted, and burst into a fury of speed. It was the loveliest thing Aram had ever seen. And Murad raced the horse across the field of dry grass to an irrigation ditch, crossed the ditch, and 5 minutes later returned dripping wet. Imagine what would have happened. They both had put themselves to exercise. Okay, horse and Murad, they had a very good exercise running, and so they are dripping wet. The sun was coming up. Remember, they went at 4 o'clock and now it must be nearly 5:30 or 5:45. Sun was coming up. And Murad got off the horse. He climbed down the horse and gave way to Aram. Now it's Aram's turn. Aram attempted next. He felt a fear like he had never before. So he was eager to ride the horse, but once he sat on the horse, fear gripped him. He kicked into the muscles of the horse. and it began to run. The horse ran down to the vineyard, leaped over 7 vines, and Aram fell off the horse. Oh, but the horse continued to run. So Aram's ride was not a pleasant one. Murad, who reached the spot, wanted to get hold of the horse before anyone could see him. So this line tells us that something is wrong. They had not got the horse by right means. Okay, this is an evident. So you have to gather all the evidences when any question is asked to prove it. Okay, to list it out as the proof for your answer. Both of them went in different directions in search of the horse, and it took half an hour for them to find the horse. Murad said that he knew a place to hide the horse till next morning. So this also should send a nerve kindling there, telling you that Murad is all prepared. Okay, now Aram starts thinking. Aram realized that Murad had been taking the early morning rides for quite some time and had called Aram only that day. What do you think, children? What would have made Aram think like this? Yes, Murad's intimacy with the horse, his expertise in riding the horse, made Aram feel that it was not the first ride for Murad. Okay, he must have been carrying on the ride for some time, and this is the first day he brought it to Aram. So he asked directly to Murad how long he had been taking the early morning rides. And Murad, as usual, he did not answer directly. He avoided the truth and instructed Aram to tell everyone that they started riding the horse that very morning only, if questioned. Okay? And they took the horse to the barn of a deserted vineyard of a farmer named Fedwa Hayan. So this is an Armenian word. It should be pronounced as Fedwa Hayan. Okay? Fedwa Hayan, and hid him there. There were some oats and dry alfalfa in the barn. Okay. Now answer my question, children. Now, does the farm belong to Fedwa Hayan? Is he there? No. Which word tells you he is not there? The word deserted. Deserted means abandoned. Okay, there is no human being staying there. No human being is controlling that land. It is an abandoned vineyard. Once upon a time, Fedwa Hayan was the owner of the barn. Now it is deserted. So the boys chose that barn for the hideout for the horse. And there were already some oats and dry alfalfa. Alfalfa is actually the fodder for horse. This tells us that Murad had been taking care of the horse in that particular place for some time. So these are the points to be noted as in when you come across. Okay, now here's John Byro here. Let's see the slide. Uncle Khosrow visited Aram's house that afternoon for coffee and cigarettes. And soon a farmer named John Byro also arrived. John Byro sighed sadly. You can see the face expression there. He is very sad. The reason is his white horse, which was stolen last month, was still missing and untraceable. Okay, untraceable means there is no details got. And from this we come to know that it's 1 month since the horse was stolen. Okay, and today only, that particular day only, Murad brought it to Aram's site. Khosrow mocked. You know, he is a crazy fellow. He did not console him. He did not speak soothingly. He simply mocked, stating that they had faced bigger losses like loss of homeland, and this loss of horse is nothing. John Byro said that the loss of his horse was unbearable. To him, it meant a lot. What did he lose along with the horse? His sarre. His sarre. Sarre means the carriage that has to be fitted to the horse. Okay. He got the sarre, but that sarre was of no use without his horse. Only if horse is there, the carriage is of use. The carriage alone cannot be taken for a ride. And he had to walk miles together, which resulted in leg pain. Number two, physically he had to strain a lot. Okay, he had to walk to longer distances, and that resulted in leg pain. And moreover, the horse cost him $60. So money wise, financially also he faced the loss. Okay. And now what do you see? There's a bird, the feather being healed. Aram ran to meet Murad. You know definitely for what? To convey the message that John Biro had delivered in their house. Murad was sitting under a peach tree, and he was trying to repair the hurt wing of a young robin which could not fly. And he was talking to the bird. Caringly, he was telling the bird, "Don't worry, you'll be soon all right," etc., etc. He threw the bird into the air, and the bird tried hard, almost fell twice, but at last flew away high and straight. Murad's care and concern for birds and animals is evident. So this slide shows Murad's way of dealing with birds and animals. He felt that they were also living beings and treated them on par. Okay. Now, Aram informed Murad about John Biro's visit and his laments. Okay, his laments means complaints on the white horse that he lost a month back. And he further told Murad that he should not return the horse until Aram had learnt riding. You all would have expected him to immediately return the horse, but see, unexpected turn in the story. Aram is so selfish. He says, "Don't return the horse until I complete learning the ride." Okay, it shows the selfish part of Aram. Okay. Murad replied that it would take him a year to learn, and they could not keep a horse for 1 year, as it would amount to stealing. This sounds too much, no? And finally, they compromised with each other, and they decided to return it to the owner after 6 months. What is the time period? 6 months. Till then, what will they do? They will have early morning rides. And every morning for 2 weeks, they rode the horse. But every time Aram rode, the horse threw him down. Okay, horse teeth is visible. One morning, when they were on their way to hide the horse, they encountered John Biro. Encountered. What is encountered? Encountered means unexpected meeting with danger. Okay. What's the danger here? John Biro. Okay, they did not expect John Biro there. Why did they consider John Biro as dangerous? Because they were having his horse. Okay, and they were caught on the way. So encountered John Biro. John Biro studied the horse eagerly. Studied means examined the horse, because he was so happy. The horse resembled his own horse, so he wanted to examine it. So he examined it eagerly and inquired about the name of the horse. And Murad replied, "The name is My Heart." Okay, they had named the horse My Heart. And the farmer then looked into the mouth of the horse. So, for identification purpose, there are so many techniques, and this no differs from animal to animal. And to identify the horse, they always look into the mouth, especially the teeth. Okay, and he found that its teeth matched with the stolen horse. John Byro said that he would swear that it was his horse when, if he had not known about their parents' or family's reputation for honesty. So, in this slide, children, you should also learn one more thing. Whenever there is a problem, okay, when you confront a problem, you should use right words. Right words at the right time will bring right results, not only during a problem. Okay, there is no use of blabbering. You should use the right words at the right time to fetch the right results. So, John Byro here, he did not argue, he did not quarrel, he did not fight with the boys, he did not try to prove that it was his horse. Okay, he didn't get into any such action, but he used the right words. What did he say? He said, I would swear that it was my horse. I mean, it's my horse. On what condition? If I hadn't known about your parents' or family's reputation for honesty. On the other, to put it in simpler words, he said, I know definitely this is my horse, but I cannot suspect you because you people belong to Garoglanian family, which is very much known for honesty and trustworthiness. So, unable to suspect. Now he is not able to suspect. If he suspects, it will be wrong. Okay. So, unable to suspect, he assumed, he consoled himself, he convinced himself that it was the twin of his stolen horse. Twin means identical. It has got the same look. Okay, similar looks. So he says it was the twin of his stolen horse. It must be the twin because it is not his horse. He cannot say it's his horse because the family will definitely not steal anybody's property. They will not speak lies. And now, what's happening? There is a transformation in the boys. Okay? The conversation with John Byro made them come out of the craze for horse and made them realize the moral values. Okay, now only it's an eye opener. The conversation was an eye opener for Aram and Murad. John Byro, though he was damn sure that it was his horse, could not suspect the boys because of the reputation of the Garoglanian family. And the boys got conscience stricken as their family and tribe were well known for their trustworthiness and honesty. So long they were passion driven. Okay, nothing was visible to them. It was only the enjoyment of the horse ride that they felt important. But now their eye opened and they realized that their family's reputation was more important. Okay. So, giving importance to the values of honesty and trust, which were the hallmark of their tribe, they took the horse early the next morning to John Byro's vineyard and left it there. Very good decision. Don't you agree? Okay, now you can see happy John Byro here. So, before that, that very afternoon, John Byro came to the narrator's house with his horse and surrey. So the horse fitted with carriage. He showed it happily to the narrator's mother. He said that he got back his horse, lost horse. He was amazed to see his horse stronger and better tempered. So what added more to his happiness? He was happy because the horse had come back. He was double happy to see the horse in a very good condition, okay, physically as well mentally. It was strong and better tempered. He was extremely happy and thanked God. So Uncle Khosrow, so at the very name Uncle Khosrow, you know what he'll say, who was in the parlor, shouted, "Pay no attention, no harm." Okay. So, having come to the end of the story, a very beautiful ending. John Byro got back his horse. Let us see the story in a nutshell. The story is about two poor Armenian boys who are fond of riding horses. Aram, 9 years, and Murad, 13 years, belong to the Garoglanian family. Garoglanian family is an Armenian tribe whose people were well known for honesty and trust. Murad steals a horse and, after enjoying riding it for a month, invites Aram to join him. Finally, they realize the reputation of their family and leave the horse at its owner's place. No doubt, the boys were on the wrong path for quite some time. But they realized that their action will bring a black mark on their tribe's dignity. Hence, they corrected themselves. So it is human to err. Sorry, it is human to err. It means making mistakes is a human quality. Okay? Nobody is so perfect. But you have to rectify it immediately before it roots itself. Okay? So the take home is, what do we learn from this lesson? The take home is, the boys had a test of their honesty. Though they loved horse riding, they loved their family's reputation more. So children, whenever life tests you, okay, life presents a test like you in front of you, you should be wise enough to take the right decision and keep up your dignity in the society. Okay, always remember to err is human, of course, we cannot deny that, but it is equally the human quality to rectify it. We have to mend our ways and come back to keep up our dignity. Okay, children, with this, I say thank you. This is your GS ma'am signing off.